Hi there. So we're at an appointment today at a customer's house. We're about to do a roof inspection and give this gentleman an assessment of what we find. Have not been on the roof yet, but let's go check it out. Alrighty. So here we are on the roof. Getting up on the house from the back. Starting off here, what we find is a EPDM rubber roof, typically used for flat roofing applications. The gentleman said that he had the flat roof installed approximately 3 years ago. Everything looks to be in good shape. We've checked the seams on all of the rubber. Didn't find any that was prying up. Sometimes if they didn't install the roof properly, you'll have the laps being pried open. But this roof on the flat section has an EPDM rubber roof, and then we transition up into a metal roof. This is an exposed fastener system. The gentleman had installed. We can see the rubber coming up behind it here in the back. He said it comes up a good portion of the ways underneath of the metal. The individual that installed this roof put the exposed fasteners in the flat section of the roof. That's something that your manufacturer may recommend, but it's not what we do at our company. We keep them in the rib, so that way when water flows down, it's not going to deteriorate that rubber washer, rubber garment. The gentleman was having some leaking on the inside of the house. That's really what the main concern of this visit was, along with the estimate for a new install. What we find here is architectural shingles. We can see that the shingles transition onto this metal part through a piece of metal called transition. It goes over top of the metal and behind the shingles, allowing the water to ride over. But what we're finding here is a bunch of these shingles are worn out. The adhesive strip on a lot of these shingles is worn out. Very predominant in this area right here, where a lot of them are really worn out. It's probably where a lot of his leaking issues are coming from here. We move down here. I did believe that some of the leaking may have come where they put these two pieces of transition metal together. What maybe I checked, and maybe it's not on this part. If we go down further, you'll find another lap. The installer, whoever installed this metal, did not give too much coverage when it went to putting this transition together. What could be happening is several factors. Water could be getting in sideways. Typically, whenever you put transition metal on a metal roof, you would like to put caulk with plenty of coverage overlap, which I think this has about 4 inches. I probably would have done maybe like 8. With that being said, I'm only finding sealant on the outside portion of this transition. We have not taken this off to look, but it's not sticking very well up underneath. So I know for a fact that there's probably only sealant on the outside edges of this, which can break and the water may go sideways. Now, probably not so much in this section, but there was another section. We'll go back over here. I did see that, well, we might have been looking at a different part. But that's just some areas you want to pay attention to in a roof. this looks to be pretty sealed up here. Not seeing any problems there, but we are having some issues with the shingles being very loose. Tar strip is worn out, not sticking to one another. We move up to the main portion of the house. It's a pretty cut up house. The gentleman said at one point he was having some issues with his flashing. Seems like he tarred it back up. Definitely can see there's been some fixing up here. Here we have some nail heads exposed on this this ridge vent, and an exposed nail head on the top of this ridge. The customer has asked for us to do a estimate on removing the metal on the blower portion here and the rest of the shingles, and installing a new exposed fastener system. And that's what we'll be doing. But today I just wanted to go over what we were looking at. Typically, it's not a good idea to have shingles on the upper section of a roof and coming down to a metal roof. As the shingles have granule loss over time, these shingles will tend to fall apart and hit this metal. Over time, it'll eat away at the paint system on the metal roof. It's not really a good idea to have two integrated systems at once. But I thank you guys for tuning in with me. We got another appointment to go to in Pittsboro in about a couple hours and a half. So we're gonna write this gentleman an estimate and move on. Thank you.